Today is January 10th, 2023, our Earth Gratitude Board meeting.
Okay,
How are you?
we're all sick, but other than that, we're
Oh, bummer.
It's not COVID, is it?
no, something's, but I also have to have surgery next Wednesday, so it's kind of a healing month. I'm not going to be able to do too much.
Start the new year out with new healthy
Well,
feeling.
end of the old health.
Yes, yes.
Anyway, I saw the agenda. It looks like we can do this relatively quickly. Gail's here. I'm going to let her step in.
Hi. Yeah, and I think that it all kind of starts like I would be ready to move forward and try to get more corporate sponsors and more content, but we have to make sure that we agreed upon having a celebration. So I don't know if that's been done or not. If we
You mean like last year?
Yeah.
Like the with the live stream and all that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm open to doing all that if we have the sponsorship for it. You're nodding your head, Gail.
Oh,
Yeah, you too.
Oh, I'm listening. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine too. As long as I don't have to do anything other than connect people, I'm good.
Yeah, and I'm fine as long as I don't have to fund it out of my own pocket again.
Yeah.
So
And I'm fine, you know, hosting a panel or being a speaker, whatever. So yeah, good.
Yeah, so given that there are sponsors, we can make it work.
Sponsors? Do we have sponsors?
Not so far, but you've got us off to a good start with the
We got a little
the
bit.
one that
We got more, less than, yeah, we've got a little tiny bit.
Got the move.
yeah.
going.
I mean, and that's going obviously that's going out to Jacob mostly. I think we agreed on that. But if there's anything else behind that, you know, it could help us.
Well, what's our budget? What do we need? 5,000, 10,000?
Well, last year probably cost, if we don't include, oh God, what was her name? The assistant that we had. Why am I'm blanking out on her name?
Corinne.
Corinne, thank you.
Yeah.
If we don't have a Corinne type of person, then it would probably only be maybe close to 10,000, maybe a little less. The Corinne job probably put it closer to 15,000.
Okay.
And it was helpful. I mean, it's not like it wasn't helpful.
Yeah, it's nice to have
all
someone.
of that money would be spent between now and April 21st.
Yeah. I guess so, yeah.
April 21st, that's 3 months.
22nd, yeah. Oh, I mean, it's good to know that we have a parameter of what it would cost. So 10,000 without assistance, 15,000 with assistance, right? Also, I think that because we had a fall off the day after, like people are present on Earth Day and the next day they're off doing other shit, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe we only do one day and we really make it as top notch on that one day as possible. We already have some pretty good contributions, and hopefully
Yeah,
we
I
can
agree.
get even
Make
more.
it one day, maybe that'll reduce the budget a little bit. You know, I'm good for up to 5,000 coming from here, so that means you only have to raise 5 to 10, depending on whether you need assistance.
How possible is it that you could do at your bank what I did at my broker, where you just ask them for a little? They have discretionary at the branch. So
I can ask, but our bank is in the process of being purchased by a bigger bank, and that's going to make it less likely.
Is that Union Bank is going to be purchased?
By
oh my God, they've been independent for so long.
I know, it's a pity.
It's
We have
so
such a great
sad.
relationship there, but you know, it makes me a little nervous.
Being
you know,
purchased by USA.
Like this, they may close branches. Who knows what they're going to do?
Yeah, it'll be a big shift. It's my dad used to bank at Union Bank back in the 70s. I mean, yeah, I remember it. You know, it's been a long time.
I've been banking at Union Bank since the 70s.
Okay, there you go.
Well, think that the low hanging fruit to try to bringing money in might be these, because what I'm discovering is on these big corporations, every branch has a small discretionary fund that they can do. So if you're a good customer, it's almost like a
Well, we're a very good
no-brainer for
customer.
them.
Give me a nice little pitch document. I can email it. I can also print it out and give it to the bank manager next time we go over there, and doesn't hurt to ask. All they can do is say no. And I think with the if we're only asking for 2,500, there's a good chance they'll say yes.
Yeah. Just what I did with TD is I didn't say, I just said, that we have, various levels, and, if you do it on the discretionary level, whatever that would be. And then if you wanted to go push it up and do a bigger thing.
For our little Union Bank branch, let's just say 2,500, not give them any options. Just
okay. All right. All right. I'll be happy to send you over a pitch letter for him.
Yeah, Natalie, we can get into the detail of what we give them, during the event. If that happens, it's fine. It's totally flexible, so we don't have to figure it out right now. But but at some point we'll just do that.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I with TD Ameritrade, because they are owned by Schwab, I sent over a note. Honestly, at the local level discretionary fund, they don't expect anything in return usually. But I think that honestly, on our end, it looks better if we are able to list sponsors.
Sure.
Yeah,
and so
and maybe even a little mention of how that it represents that they are earth oriented or something. Give them a little plug.
Yeah, our conscious partners.
Yeah.
Also, I got us into a very exclusive list of charities for Irvin Laszlo's next Upshift book. There's only about 100 listed, and we're going to be one of them.
Wow, that's amazing.
With some really significant big name charities. So
does that mean
is that
going to translate into any funding, or
No, it won't translate into funding, but it could over time.
Yeah, not yet.
The book is about the Upshift movement, and I came up with the idea at the end of the book, adding a final chapter or postscript, evidence for hope, because there's a lot going on that is already showing that there are people with higher awareness. And, so we made a deal with the evolutionary leaders to list 50 or 60 of their charities. Then, I threw in Dr. Shah, I threw in Earth Gratitude, Sherry Harris,
Fantastic.
and there's a dozen others, Sri Ravi Shankar, Art of Living. So we're, we can always use that book and point people to it. And it's like, hey, we look like we're big.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. So I kind of want to just, and also I think you guys wanted to talk to Jacob and Unify and make sure that they want to do it again, right? Do we have an official word that they do?
We don't have an official, but unofficially, I know they do. They're very happy.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're well, I know Jacob is on board with keeping it going all the way through to Earth Day. I'm not as sure if Unify wants to do another live stream, but I can't imagine why they wouldn't. So maybe we should make
and Natalie, your need for someone to clear the money actually has worked to everyone's benefit, because once I realized Unify could do that, I cleared $10,000 in funds that were just raised for the Upshift organizations through them. And since they take 10%, they're very happy. They made $1,000, and there may be more coming in. So, the overall relationship with Unify is very good.
It's moving forward. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, I'm gonna go and just take a quick look at so just to let you guys know, if we are for sure gonna do it, and we think we can come up with at least 10,000, does the 2,500 count towards that total or no?
No, the 2,500 is really for Jacob.
Okay, so we need
to
four.
Go.
So
we have
4,500.
500.
And I've pledged 5.
We have 5.
But my 5 is really contingent upon somebody else coming up with 5.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
But
so
well,
if yours is kind of like, if we can't find it, and then if you get 2,500, then all we have to do is 2,500. And again, I'm not saying that we want to set our sights so low. I'm just saying that we can. If we can do it, I'll run and try to get some of these.
I'm good with the 5,000, and we happen to not need it, then that 5,000 can go to keeping Jacob for next year, for other things next year. I mean, I'd
Right.
love to see
Roll
this.
it
I
over.
mean, logically, we should be able to raise 10 or 15 from sponsors. That would be the best. But
Yeah,
if we
absolutely.
don't, we can say that we have 5,000, we just need you to match it or something, you know?
Right.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's not a bad thing. In fact, we may even include that in your union thing. Okay, so let me just go off for a quick hot second and just check our agenda. I'm excited I don't know if we'll get her or not, but there's a cute little actress that's a climate activist and does a lot of work with the rainforest and also with kind of kiss the ground kind of stuff. Her name is Natalie Kelly, and she has about 1.5 million followers on Instagram, which could be very helpful too. So Brianna did a movie with her, so I'm trying to do that kind of corral
Also,
her.
make a note of this name,
Alexandra.
Alexandra
Via
Villaseñor.
Senor.
Alexandra Villaseñor, at the age of 15, was able to organize 350,000 students for a protest in New York City, where all the kids stayed home from school to protest climate. She's very good
Wow.
with Greta Thunberg, and she is one of the people that was tapped for this book, which was actually a bestseller, All We Can Save, Truth, Courage, the Solutions for the Climate Crisis. So
Uh-huh.
she is related to Victor Villaseñor. I had dinner with her and her parents. She's now
Okay.
at 17, and we'll certainly
Oh,
be able
that's
to
it.
have her do something, even if it's just a 5-minute video. But
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
she'll definitely be available. So that's we're starting to gain momentum, and she has the right relationships. I mean, she could get Greta involved possibly.
Who's her publisher?
Well, she was just a contributor to this book.
Oh.
This is mainstream. This is a Random House title, an imprint. One
Okay.
World, the division of Random House.
Do you think we could get Random House involved with, a la that book, and we could promote it?
Yeah, we can have certainly. Well, I hate to say it, but we probably don't have enough time. 3 months is not to go
Yeah.
with all their bureaucracy. But
Well, they
it's
could-
a good thought. It's a good thought. I mean, I can certainly start it, and if we can't get anything from them for this year, maybe particularly if they're thinking of doing a revised edition next year or something.
Yeah.
But dealing with publishers, I mean, even $2,500 is like a fortune in marketing for these publishers, even Random House. I don't know if I told you the story where I had lined everything up for $500,000 of exposure for Marie Kondo, and all I needed was 50,000 books, which only cost $60,000 to print. And Random House turned me down, saying, "Oh, you should have contacted me earlier. We've already spent our budget." It was I mean, they just don't think like real business people.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, see what they say.
Yeah,
We won't
I have
hold our
I have
breath.
no problem approaching them. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
right.
they could be the official bookstore, so to speak, and have more than one book if they have. I'm sure they have more than one Earth related title.
Yeah, I really think that for April, we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's a good idea. We can work on it starting April 22nd for 2024.
For the
Yeah.
following year.
I mean, I'm just being serious. Random House in particular, I mean, they're the biggest publisher in America, but also the slowest.
Yeah.
It takes me 16 weeks to get a contract after I've got the deal made.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, we don't have to stay on long, given that you guys are not feeling well. If we're ready to run, then I'll just start trying to get in sponsors and content.
Great. Yeah, I think that we're going to do fine. This will be one day, and I think it'll be, good. And then I think in 2024 we'll have more resources, and we can reconsider either 2-day or getting even more visibility. But
Yeah.
we want to. I think we do need to just as a placeholder have something so that we have a tradition.
Yeah. And April 22nd is a Saturday, so that's good.
Good.
That works for us.
Mhm.
What was I going to say as well? Yeah, I think you're right. I think not doing it does, kind of lets the air out of the balloon. But
Yeah, no,
also,
we gotta build momentum. So I
Yeah.
see this one, I've got surgery and we've got a little short window. We'll still be able to do something. I'm sure, I'm already good with the 5. So really, we're looking at a minimum, we just raised $5,000. I'm sure we can do it.
yeah. So, and we have, as a good foundation, it looks really strong that we'll be able to get that big Mission Joy film with Desmond Tutu and Dalai Lama. And we
Okay.
have that Big Joy project that could be very exciting to, for you, Chris, to figure out how that can benefit everything.
Sure. And we have for the 14-day sequence, I have a Bill, are you the publisher of the Betty White book?
Which Betty White book?
Jeff, with the guy that you, oh gosh, what's his name? Tom Sullivan, the blind guy?
Well, Tom Sullivan, yes, but which Betty White? We're not talking about the Betty White that died, are we?
Yes, his
He was an
daughter.
animal rights person. Betty
Yes,
White.
but so it's his daughter, Tom Sullivan's daughter, wrote a book about Betty White because she was like her surrogate mother.
Check with Josh to see if we're the publisher. I don't know.
Well, anyway, even if you're not, their marketing person talked to me, and they agreed that they would be bringing in partners to promote if I could set them up. So we're using one of the 14-day emails as the promotion item. So they'll have a partner come in and promote the 14-day series, with the Betty White book being one of the first couple days.
Right.
And then we get the promotion and they get the exposure of the Betty White. It worked out really nicely, and I thought I might mention it in case there's anybody else that wants to do that kind of a thing.
Well, I can tell you right now, we do publish. It's interesting. Irvin is always revising. So he wanted to revise the Upshift book.
Yeah.
So instead of revising it, I got him a contract for 3 new Upshift books, all good to be published by Sacred Stories. So that original Upshift book is kind of sort of just out there.
Yeah.
It's not really out of date, but it's not as current as the new book that's going to be coming out in April.
Right.
But we can use the existing book as a free giveaway as much as we like.
Well, we still have to be honest, we still have the little mini Upshift ebook that Launch Muxie did for him, and it's still perfectly good.
Yeah.
And
well, that's what I'm saying. We can use the relationship with Upshift. I got talked into being a founding member, as Gail did, of the new Upshift movement. And in addition, now I'm one of the officers, so I don't know what that means, except
it means yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
so
whatever it means, we will have access. And the first thing I did that was, rather intelligent, I have to say, is I brought in Dr. Shah's organization so that they now have a little bit of funding, and so that the Upshift can promote Shah. Shah's providing the logo for the new Upshift movement. That we're providing, Shah's going to provide one of the songs. I'm going to go to Cat Stevens, who gave us Use Peace Train. So I'm going to try to get more and more out of sort of Upshift as a movement, some of which we can use if we like.
Well, I don't know if we can do it in time. It's maybe possible we could get a course done. Nora seemed to really like my idea about the 30-day challenge type of course. If we could sell that could help funding for what we're doing.
Well, let's see if we can do it in time. That would be great. I'm all for it. I've got everyone in Europe sort of working very hard to make something happen. They're having a big event in the House of Lords on February 21st. And, we do have a plan in place to hopefully generate, significant revenue through the sale of one of Dr. Shah's calligraphies. So if all that happens, there'll be money. And part of what the Upshift, particularly if I'm involved, is intended to do is not just use money for their own activities, but to fund other entities that are, moving in the same direction.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Gratitude would be one, which is one of the reasons.
And it was presented that
important
way
to
too.
include Earth Gratitude in their book.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, and they seemed interested in that course anyway, which is something we want to do. I think I think Nora just said that she was going to check to see if they could come up with the minimum amount that I offered for the setup fee, which is only $700. So
Yeah, I think they can. Anyway, so yeah, I'm feeling, not bullish about the event itself for April, but overall, over the next 2 years, I see a lot of resources coming in, enabling us to keep growing.
Yeah, no, I think the content's going to be strong, and what we did last year with that reach of almost 10 million is nothing to slouch at. And our Facebook page, thanks to Jacob, has a lot more traction going this year. So
And
honestly,
I don't know if your contacts will
That's good
allow it,
news.
but if you can focus now that Charles is king on William, if we could get something from William, that would be huge. And I think William needs presence
He
in
needs
this
something.
younger generation. His brother,
he
yeah,
needs
like
something.
okay,
Yeah, we got that.
I'll focus on that. I'll focus on
Yeah,
that because
well, and,
because
he's
Charles
got-
can't do anything. But yeah, I think you're right. And the Earthshot Prize is huge, and they are, and by the way, even if it's just
we can
between
give him promotion of
fantasy-
Earthshot. We can allow a speaker from Earthshot to have 5 minutes during Earth Day to explain
know.
why.
I don't know if you've taken a look at Earthshot. Like if they let us use anything, they're doing us the favor.
I know, but we're
Earthshot
doing them
is
a
freaking
favor too,
huge.
because William needs some visibility as a good guy. The way his brother has portrayed him, he's part of the old paradigm with Camilla and his father, who don't represent the new hip, way.
Transparency.
So I'm not a fan of Harry. I'm not saying, I agree with him at all. I'm just saying that as a sort of totally, agnostic observer, not wanting to get involved with choosing sides, William needs some support. He needs to combat what's happening, because it's not painting him in the light that he deserves. He deserves much better.
Well, having dealt with the royal family, I'll deal with them, the way that I feel will be
I
effective.
just plant the seed there.
Yeah, I think
like-
that will be
Or
like,
go after
I
Kate.
won't get the door open. Yeah, I think I saw.
What about
YouTube
Kate?
script.
She
Kate would be
is so magnificent.
I mean, why should Megan get all this press and Kate just get ignored?
And
Makes
she-
no sense.
She's
But anyway,
the mother. She's
I leave this to you. I just planted as a seed. I know you have that relationship.
It's a good
Yeah.
reminder that we should be shifting more over there and finding ways. And again, I will do it. And thanks for the reminder. I'll add it to our list of potential contributors. I think that I think you're right. I think maybe Kate might be a little more low-hanging fruit, but we'll certainly look for both. You know what I mean? And see what we can come up with. I mean, Earthshot Prize is very high profile, and they have partnerships with major television, and they get the biggest stars. The biggest stars. I mean, Kate Blanchett's a board member and a presenter. It's pretty big deal. So I can't come at it with what we can give them. I have to come at it in a different angle.
We could have our own sort of, nights. We can knight some people. I'm just kidding.
Start giving out our own
Start
little
our own
tiny.
little-
Yeah, our own, Sir Patrick, what's his name? And, Patrick Stewart, anyway.
Chris.
Yeah. So Natalie, you and I, after this, you and I can get together and pound out the content a little bit more, in preparation. And I know I have a lot of stuff that you've already sent me that's sitting there and waiting. And so we can just kind of pound out what needs to be done.
Are you wanting to,
My last suggestion is Lord Stone is the one who's organized this House of Lords event for the Upshift. Do you have a connection with him?
What's his name?
Lord Stone.
Lord Stone. I mean, I think
I can connect you with him. He's definitely going to be open. I've been on a call with him, and he may be, a source for something.
I think it's a good idea. And by the way, I did meet with King Charles, like his top environmental advisor, who's the chairman of some, England environmental organization, Tony Juniper. And Tony has already provided us with content. I had him do like 3-minute snippets really strong snippets, so we can figure out what we want to do. So we've already got that, but I think that you're right. I kind of like circle the wagons around people that we really want, and you know, the more people around them that are talking about this movement, the better, you know. So
Yeah, because
any
you know,
Lord is good.
yeah, because we have a video that was done with Queen Diambi too, and organization that it was Dr. Shaw donated money for her to create a dig for water for her village. So the little girls don't no longer have to walk for 4 hours to get water, a bucket of water, and ruin their little bodies by carrying water back to the village. We have a great video on that. Water coming up out of the earth, fresh water.
Oh my God, I think I like that
And
idea.
it's
What do
the
you think,
Queen
Christopher?
talking, and what's another powerful part of it that makes me think of Kate is because it's about little girls educating and going back to school, and so you know, it is about the earth giving water, and what happens when you don't have water, and what does that do to the villages, especially the little girls who are then no longer qualify in a leadership role because they're uneducated. They can't go to school. They have to devote their time to the livelihood of survival in the villages. So
Well, we also
the
have
earth and women. I mean, it's always the little girls and women who do that.
Well, also we have really strong footage from Queen Diambi about how Africa is the most affected and is contributing to the problem the least too. So we might be able to intertwine whatever footage.
That.
Yeah,
Anything that wasn't used in the last one is game.
we didn't use it. Yeah, we definitely didn't use it. And because we didn't have that focus as much, but I mean that, you know, I think that highlighting the girls, but also just, you know, the ability to have boots on the ground in Africa to highlight the problem that, hey, you know, Americans, Australians, Middle East, Canadians, we're the ones with the huge CO2 footprint. They have almost nothing in Africa, and they're the ones that are suffering the most by far. You know, like they used to have to walk 4 miles for water. You know, I mean, they still had to walk, but it wasn't, you know, they're really suffering there. So I think it's really, I think it's a good thing to do. So the sooner we look at it, the better. If you can send it over. Now, here's another idea, Gail. I don't know. I don't want to tap the Master Shah too much, but would he be willing to sponsor that and have that?
Because what we've done with Master Shah that worked really well was he became the donator of making the wells, and then his little hook was that he gets the advertising as for sacred water because he blesses the water that comes up out of the ground.
But here's the question for you. Would he be at all okay with sponsoring that video in the Earth Gratitude Festival for 2005?
I think that's an idea for the exposure. I think he would be very interested. That's a great way to approach for
and he could do it through Unify and get the tax write-off.
Well, no, he would do it
through
his
Earth,
foundation. He doesn't need
love, peace, and
he
harmony.
could just give us the money directly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would get us closer to our goal too, and I'm sure Chris could find, you know, great ways.
If he has to give it to Unified, well, that's okay. It might have to go through. I forgot we're not a not-for-profit, so yeah.
Yeah.
Or he could pay it out as an advertising cost.
That's what I'm thinking, and just have him pay it directly to us as an advertising.
Yeah, but I mean, it's something we would like to feature anyway, but if he's happy to sponsor it, that helps us.
that's a good idea.
I think if it's just a moderate, like I asked him just for 2,500, I think he'll say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I love that.
So now we're up to 7,500.
Yeah, we're almost all the way there already.
Well, we're halfway there because I think the goal should be 1,500. Yeah, I mean 15. Yeah, 15,000.
Well, this has
You
been
need
very
the
effective. Is there any other business, or I'm going to be out of commission for at least 3 or 4 weeks. So if we need to meet again, it should
Starting when, Bill?
What?
The
Starting
18th.
when? Oh, the 8th, the
18th.
18th.
Next Wednesday, I go in for the surgery and they said I need
Oh, right. Okay.
I need to rest, yeah.
Okay.
I-
Well, we may have to do short meetings, but Chris and I can lead on that.
Yeah.
And Gail, are you available if we have any, quick follow-up on anything?
I'm available. I'm going to have, I have cancer in a few places on my face. So that's gonna take 3 surgeries. So that
I mean, for
starts
us,
on
it's
the
best if we could say.
18th.
if
I
we
can come
if we
with
can wait
bandages.
we can wait a month and have it be the second week of February for our next meeting, that would be good.
Yeah,
So
we could probably,
my last surgery is the 7th of February,
So
okay.
the,
because I have 3 locations.
yeah, so
on my
give her a
face.
week to recover. That would make it like the 14th of
I
February.
can still be on camera. I just be in bandages.
Right. Well, before we have the meeting, I think it's a good idea to try to push forward the Union Bank donation if possible. Try to push
Yeah.
forward Master
14th
Shaw.
is Valentine's Day. Do you want to go Valentine's Day or
Nope.
no?
Nope.
Okay, why
Oh,
don't we-
that's a smile on her.
why don't we go then on Tuesday the 16th, 4 p.m. If we need a meeting before, then we'll do it. But that way we have this date.
That's
for
locked
sure.
in.
And that
Let's
gives us,
lock it in.
still gives us 2 months before the event. And hopefully we'll have a lot of good stuff to report on then.
Yeah. And in the meantime, so the 2 tasks for you guys, Master Shaw, Union Bank, and Gail, if you can send us
The
over
video
the video.
Yeah, okay.
from
Please
Yeah.
send the
Queen Dion.
video and then I'll look at the other Queen Diambi footage I have and make a suggestion whether or not we want to go ahead and
Or
put that
just
in there
have
as well.
her in a couple of times,
Yeah.
a little of this and
Mm-hmm.
because there are 2 different
Yeah,
conversations.
she's very photogenic and she's a very good speaker. So
Yeah.
She's really good. She's very erudite, and it's an important part of what's going on. Chris, do you have any connections with Brazil and the rainforest or anything like that, or should I just try to keep going the way I'm going on that?
Indirectly, but yeah, possibly indirectly. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Lynn Twist and
Lynn
also
Twist.
Bianca Jagger, but I haven't spoken with either of them in years.
Well, Lynn Twist's rainforest connections are mostly in Bolivia, not Brazil,
Yeah.
but
I thought Peru.
maybe Peru too. Yeah.
Yeah, and that other one that's right there too, Uruguay. But Lynn Twist would be great. You know what I mean?
She's a fantastic.
It would be great, and it
Well,
would
didn't
be
we have?
even if
Wait,
it's
didn't
more
we have?
shaman.
Didn't we have
had-
something from?
Not really. We had John Perkins on your panel, but we didn't have any content from Lynn. And I think that would be Pachamama would be really good.
Yeah, I thought we had a little Pachamama thing. Anyway, maybe I'm.
Anyway, even if we did, there's nothing wrong with having it a
Having
second
again,
time.
Pachamama.
Pachamama
is
Yeah.
so
Kind of
important.
like-
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the
it's really
waterways
important.
under the Earth's crust.
It's
that
really
goes all
important.
over the world. It
Oh
goes
yeah, we featured
on.
a video that they had done. Remember, and it was a dialogue between Lynn and her husband, I think. Something like that. Anyway, that's fine.
Yeah.
It'll be different this time.
Okay. All
I
right.
mean, if
All
we're
right.
sort of to circle back to Bianca Jagger, I don't have a connection anymore, but we had a good connection 20 years ago.
What was that?
Yeah.
18.
Who's counting?
I'm going to be talking with Jacob pretty soon, like in the next day or so, to check in on everything. And I don't know if he knows what's going on with Unify and that he's going to be paid from Unify here pretty soon. So I'll kind of fill him in on everything. Is there anything else you want me to chat with him
Well,
about?
that's good. More things are sort of bubbling up. I think that we're going to have access to more and more organizations that will want to participate, if not, sponsored, but at least participate.
Great. Okay. All right. I'm going to sit over a hit list for us. And thanks for the reminder that I should try to reach out and see about, William and Kate. We'll see what we can find there.
Yeah, Kate's just as good,
Yeah, maybe better.
maybe better.
Certainly more
She's a
photogenic.
mom.
Sorry,
Hey,
I didn't say, I said
how-
that.
how-
on
I
camera.
didn't hear that.
How old
I
is-
didn't hear anything.
Wait a second. This is an idea. How old is George?
Oh, he's about 10
Eight?
maybe?
Right?
I think he's closer to 10, and yeah, he's getting there.
Okay.
A little bit older. Yeah.
I mean, plant the seed. You know, it would be great to get even 30 seconds from George
Yeah, for the
representing
children's-
young people. You know, this is what if he composts, anything he does that's environmentally related. As a
I'll look
symbol of
around. I'll look
generation.
around. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good suggestions, guys. I'll look around. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, kids and animals are always a good idea.
They're
Yeah.
so
Yeah, no, but I mean,
adorable.
George, well, he was cute as a button. I don't know what he looks like now, but you know, he's probably
He's
still
very cute. Yeah, he's adorable. He's adorable. And so is Charlotte. And I think Charlotte may be just as popular as him. Yeah, she's very
and
cute too.
Charlotte's what, 7 now? She's a little
Yeah,
older.
or 8. Yeah, she's
Well, they're
adorable
old
too.
enough. They're old enough that they might, you know, it really has to do with, you know, how
Protective.
protective we can
They
be
are-
of them,
yeah.
you
Mhm.
know. But
If
Well,
they're-
I'll look.
Ready for
I
their
think-
coming out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have a good pedigree. We have a good reach. We have a legacy with them, and they trust us. And those are all good things when we're
Yes.
asking for things. So I'll look around and see what I can find, and then we'll start asking. See what we can
okay,
come up with.
very
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Feel
see you in
better. We'll be
October.
sending you good vibes
Oh,
for
okay,
healing,
thank you.
both of you.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Thank you.
Well,
Okay. Bye. for
okay.
now.
Till next time.
Yeah.